So we are live from the Bronx, Extreme News, again with another episode, interviewing Shanequa Charles for Assemblywoman of District 78, guys. Stay tuned. Good evening, guys. We have artists up here, which is connected to Shanequa Charles, who is running for the candidate of Assemblywoman. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself and what she does.
Hi guys, I'm so happy to be here with you and have all your wonderful energy come through virtually. I can feel it and you guys feel amazing. My name is Artist Up and I'm just so excited to be working so closely with Shanequa Charles, who's running for Assembly in the 78th District. When I say she is the heartbeat of community, she really is the heartbeat of community. I am the artistic director of the nonprofit that Shanequa Charles has founded, and with that, being able to connect so many people in the community and be on the ground working in so many different arenas, I must say that it is multifold, full of just great emotion, and just being able to meet and connect so many great people and network. The whole goal of Miss Abby's Kids was to build a more sustainable, healthy Bronx child and just show that our community can stop being the highest in hypertension and high blood pressure and diabetes and obesity and just unhealthy things. Teaching them that it is not hereditary, however, it's about the choices that we make, how healthy we really are. And the healthier you are, the stronger you are, which means the stronger the community is. So when Shanequa Charles decided to run for Assembly in the 78th District, I was just taken aback and said, I just 100% wholeheartedly endorse you. Not because I know you so well, but because I know your work so well, because I work side by side with you, because I work side by side with the people in the community. And as an entertainer, I must say that I come across so many different people from so many different arenas, and your work is authentic. Her work is genuine. There is integrity behind her eyes, and so my whole thing is don't take it from me that she puts in real work for the community. Take it for yourself. Look into her eyes. You know, the office is 2477 Webster Avenue. We're here every day, starting from 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. in the evening. So come on through to 2477 Webster Avenue and just feel the integrity and feel the love and just know that your community needs somebody that is from the community, that cares about the community, that won't just take a seat and do nothing, because it's impossible to have a neighborhood impoverished for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 darn years without somebody saying, keep it that way. And we're tired of our neighborhood being impoverished, so we're deciding to do something about it on a larger scale so that way the whole community we can all ride together. So it's time for us to take the pen back and be in charge of what is really happening, because we have the power.
Thank you.
Greetings, beloved family. My name is Shanequa Charles, and I'm running for my life and trying to take everybody with me to the Assembly seat of the 78th District right here in the Bronx, where we happen to be the poorest congressional district, where we happen to be number 62 out of 62 counties in New York State. What does that mean? It means that we are lowest in education, lowest in health, lowest in economics, highest in incarceration, highest in violence. And if you want to see peace in your streets, if you want to see an environment where your children can grow to sustain and prosper, if you want to feel safe when you're walking in your communities, if you want access to what we need to be a healthier community, then on June 23rd, I need everybody to write my name in the ballot for Assembly Person. It's the third bubble. Bubble it in and write out my name. ShanequaCharles. If it's even one letter off, it will not count. But this seat is ours. It's for the people. And after 30 years, it needs to be brought back to the people. So if you're with me and you're with that and you're with us, then vote Shanequa Charles on June 23rd, 2020.
Okay, thank you. We have a few questions.
Sure.
If someone was to ask you, how do you identify with the community, what would you say?
I am the community. I identify with the community because I've been here for 40 years. I am a part of every issue that is the fabric of our community, from being economically deprived, from being exposed to violence, from being systems impacted. And what we do is we gather the people and we inspire the people, and we go and get the changes necessary. After 25 years of being an activist and an organizer, the only thing left to do is go get the pen so we can write our own legislation. I am this community, and this community is me 100%.
What is your platform?
My platform consists of, and for those who are watching and saying, well, what is a platform? The issues that I am fighting for my life about consist around ending mass incarceration, deconstruction of the school to prison pipeline, making sure that our young people are no longer a part of a food desert where every option for them to put in their mouth consists of high sugar, high salt, high cholesterol, things that tear away from the body. Our seniors need to be protected, and our veterans need to be cared for. There's no reason that being the richest city in all of New York and all of the country, that we have as many people experiencing homelessness in our streets. Housing needs to be a right. So many issues. It's multi-layered. It's not going to take one thing to make the changes that we need. It's going to take every piece of that to ensure that we have fair and equitable treatment. Police need to be held accountable for what they're doing to black and brown bodies out here in these streets. And if the time is not now, then when? And if it is not us, then who? We don't need anyone to come in and save us. We are the answer that we have been waiting for.
What are your plans for the concerns of housing for all in our LGBTQ plus community? For the
last over 10 years, we have not only been on the front lines about all of the issues that we spoke about earlier, but housing for all and housing as a human right is something that we deeply organized around, to the extent that we secured housing reforms for individuals, over 2.1 million rent stabilized tenants in New York City. We put together a campaign that made sure people in housing court had a lawyer as of right, like everyone else, because what we understood was that when your landlord took you to court, he came with a lawyer, and you came by yourself, and we got kicked out of our apartments. So now, because of the energy and effort and the groundwork and organizing of the people from this community, when you go to housing court, you now have a lawyer as of right. Not only this, we also organized a movement to make sure that the rent was frozen for 2 years in a row here in New York City. That was a result of outrage of people whose pockets were determined eligible for giving away more money by people who didn't even live in our communities. We took that back. There are a myriad of different areas that we've worked in and will continue to work in, and I know that this is a race for the assembly seat, and you keep hearing me say we. That is because although I am the candidate, we are the people that will benefit when we have good policy and good legislation in that office. So when you hear me say we, I'm talking about all of us. And in terms of making sure that the LGBTQ community is safe and protected, that goes without saying, because nobody, I mean nobody, deserves to be treated differently or unfairly based on anything. Because at the end of the day, if they dug a hole that was 100 feet deep and they threw us all in that hole and uncovered it in 100 years, what they would dig up are bones that all look the same. There would not be a toe tag that said that was the cheerleader, that was the president, that was the millionaire, that was the black man, that was the white man, that was the gay man, that was the tall man, or that was the short man. What they will see are bones that look the same. So if we want the changes that we know are necessary for us to not only have equitable treatment, but sustain in an environment that is intentionally divested from and intentionally targeted to perform in a lower substandard, subpar environment, then we all need to get together and create this history and write this name, Shanequa Charles, into this ballot for the member of Assembly of the 78th District The truth to power is something that is real. And as an organizer and an activist, as a mother, as a person who has been on the front lines of community from the age of 11 years old, what we understand is that the power of the people will always take out those who think they have power and control with money. It's the power of the people. The office needs to be restored back to the people. You need to exercise your right to vote because it is your birthright. Your ancestors died for you to be able to do it. And who are we not to go ahead and make good on the promises to them when they paid with their blood for us to even be here? June 23rd, y'all, you gotta go out and vote. 78th District of the Assembly. Write the name in Shanequa Charles, ShanequaCharles, and bubble in, right in. Let's go get what's ours and let's bring it back to the community.
Thank you. Last thing, you're standing behind something that says Community Vision Board. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I absolutely can. This community vision board that you see here behind me, we got blessed with a space. We have been organizing a community for 2.5 decades. We've been begging for a space that we still have not gotten. As a result of us making this decision to run for this assembly seat, we got blessed with a space that will not only serve as our new office, my office, as your elected official, as your assembly woman of the 78th District, but we are commemorating this space that will also be used as a community space for meditation, yoga, tutoring, making sure that people's needs are being met. The little library where kids can come in and grab a book and cop a squat. You don't have to be out in the street. You don't have to be out amongst people who don't care about you and don't love you. You can bring your concerns about community and your vision for what you believe community needs to look like. And when we win on June 23rd, 2020, because the people came together, this will be hung in the office as a constant reminder and be an attitude that these are the issues that we're working on that we know will make our communities a brighter, safer, more enjoyable, sustainable place for us all to live in with equitable and fair treatment amongst each other. Oh, June 23rd. 2020, Assembly Member Shanequa Charles. Write that name in, ShanequaCharles. This is our time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.